Hello everyone, and welcome to the Moving Forward podcast. My name is Rabi, I'm your host, and I'm here with my co-host, Andy Lamrock. Hello, Andy.
Hey, Rabi, good to be here, and for the very first time, I can see you.
Absolutely.
What happened to your hair?
Now, don't ask me about that. The listeners cannot see us for a good reason. I have not had a haircut in more than a month. And let me tell you, it's not advisable.
Anyway, I thought I'd throw that little bit in there for a bit of fun. It's Friday for us, so what have you got this week?
Now, what is advisable is to switch to Google Workspace. No, I'm joking. If you want to. I mean, you kind of have to at some point. So let's begin by talking about it. So Google is not only developing a new brand identity at the moment, they're also attempting to improve their user experience. So that came about as a result of the many issues that most of us had to face as a result of having to work from home. Suddenly, work is no longer a physical place we go to. As a result, the split between work and personal responsibilities no longer exists. Human connections became more difficult than ever to establish and maintain. We lost the impromptu discussion at the coffee machine or while walking to a meeting. So these, amongst many more, are great challenges, and through which Google saw an opportunity to develop what they now call Google Workspace. So they're trying to put all your work in one place. Once you have this update, you can use Gmail, Calendar, Drive, Docs, Slides, Meet, and more in one page. And I do feel like this is going to change the way we work. And it is a welcome change, as you and I have had our fair share of issues with Google's productivity apps. But for some reason, I have the feeling that this is a generational thing. I'm excited about this because I haven't seen many updates to Google. Are you excited about this? Because I'm sure you've went through heaps iterations of Google updates.
Yeah, plenty of Google updates in my time because you're calling me a dinosaur. I've been around since technology since the start of Google, which is a long time, you know. But no, seriously. I was, trolling through my LinkedIn, and I actually caught someone posted a video about this. And I have to say, it really just looked like they did some, graphical updates on their logos. That's pretty well much how it came across to me. So, I don't know, a little bit underwhelmed, not sure. But I have to say, I think this is a really fast evolving space. And more importantly, you hit on something that's kind of frustrated me, since the dinosaur ages, and that is having to swap between windows or applications to get jobs done. Having a single user interface, that single pane of glass, if you like, to do all of our work in would be just so cool and so easy. So maybe they're going that way.
And so their main competitor, in the way that I'm looking at it, is Microsoft with their Office 365. It's great and all, but it's still not as good, in my opinion, as what Gmail or the G Suite is going to be. So we've seen some of the updates they've given us. The most dramatic update is going to be the ability to create and collaborate on a document with guests in a chat room. So that's a lot of updates. You're going to start to have chat rooms, not only in Hangouts, but within Gmail. And you're going to be able to have projects all organized within Gmails, where not only are you going to have the chat room for that project, but a place to organize your files and a place to organize your tasks that you'll assign to your project members. So that's one dramatic change that I think is going to help a lot. And you work on a lot of projects. I mean, and we've had a lot of issues just trying to organize things. Do you think this is going to help, or are your needs somewhat beyond what this is going to be able to address?
Well, look, I think one of the biggest challenges that I've picked up from having to go to work from home 100% of the time is just that inability to collaborate in real time. And you can't do that just in email. I don't know if you're like me, but I lose so many emails in the Gmail window. And I'm getting better at using the search, and their search is really powerful, by the way. And it's kind of like, stop filing and just search. So that's a real behavioral change that I'm getting used to. But being able to work and collaborate in real time in a single window, that'd be just absolutely outstanding if we could do that.
And that's cool and stuff. And I think one of the things that I was hoping they would bring is just audio channels. And this is something that I know because, as you know, I'm an occasional gamer, and gamers use Discord, which allows you to have audio channels where you can sit in the audio channel, not necessarily with someone, but if anybody wants to talk to you, they can just join the audio channel, talk to you, and leave. And I thought it would be a great idea to add to Gmail something whereby you would have audio channels for different team members. So say architects will have their audio channel, and if you or someone else want to ask a question about the architecture of certain products, you can just jump in the audio channel, someone will be there, ask the question, and leave. And I was hoping they'd have something like that, but they didn't. Now, do you think that's a good idea?
It's a bit like Slack, right? Slack
Absolutely.
works on channels, okay? And you can have internal channels, you can have external channels, which is pretty cool. So if you're in an organization, you have your internal channels for all your projects, internal communications, be it your team or other teams that you're working with. You could have a project with a customer or a client, partner, whatever it might be, and collaborate as well at the same time. So I think the notion of channels is certainly good, and I think the notion of channels is gaining that momentum where chat type communication is slowly start to erode the value of email, especially when you can embed the capability to open documents and collaborate all on that single pane.
Another update they brought for collaboration, which I think this is great, is they're integrating Google Meet picture-in-picture feature to docs, sheets, and slides. So if you're presenting a Google slide to a number of people and you're sharing your screen, you can't see them anymore if you're talking to them on Google Meet. Not anymore. Now you can pin Google Meet to the right side or to one side of the screen, and you can keep seeing the people you're talking to while you're presenting to them. And that, I think, is a very welcome update.
Well, that's a fantastic update, Rabi. And you know, I love Google Meets or Hangouts, I think is what it used to be called originally. But it's really good because from a sharing perspective, with all your tabs open and your Google Docs and everything like that, it's really easy to share and also co-create and collaborate like that.
Yeah.
But that's my biggest bugbear. You can't see who's on. You can't see who's listening. You can't see if there's any chat. That's really frustrating. So I'm so glad they're changing that.
Yeah.
That's a huge update.
One thing they didn't do, though, which you and I have complained about a lot, is they did not give us an opportunity or a solution to organizing your documents within Google Drive. It's all nice and well to be able to create documents and folders within Google Drive, but if you're just in a new channel for a project that they're just newly rolling out and you're creating a document, I need to know exactly where that document is going. I need it to go to the folder that's associated with the project. And there hasn't been information about that. So if they can improve Google Drive's organization, I think this is going to be a very competitive solution.
Yeah, super point. That's actually quite frustrating. If you share with a document and everything, you can't see what the root drive is. And so I might share with you a presentation, but there's other documents associated with that, and you can't get to the root drive or the folder that's in to be able to see those. And it's hard to find it. That is a bugbear. So well, let's hope that gets fixed soon.
Absolutely. So those were our thoughts on the upcoming Google Workspace, and it is coming to G Suite users. Hopefully it becomes free after a while. That's usually how it is with Google, because I would love to have it on my personal computer as well. But we'll see how that goes. That was episode 23 of the Moving Forward podcast. I'm your host, Rabi, and I was here with Andy Lamrock.
It was good to see you smile.